Good afternoon and welcome to Leahy Stadium. The Junior Jays continue their quest for a three-peat as they host Lincoln East here in the District A-1 final. Junior Jays the #1 overall seed in terms of wildcard points and for most of the season in the coaches poll. But they've got one last piece of work to do today before they try and head back to Morrison next week to defend their 2 titles. We welcome you to the booth here at Leahy Stadium. I'm Mike Knockenauer alongside Colton Alder. Colton, this is a great matchup. This is a Lincoln East team that has had some struggles throughout the year, but at their core, very, very strong soccer club.
Yeah, first game between these two teams, Creighton Prep won 2-0 on the road in Lincoln. Lincoln East defeating Bryan 4-0 to get to this game. Creighton Prep, of course, winning 7-0 versus North Star on Monday. But this is a battle between the two teams in the state of Nebraska that have won the most Class A titles. Lincoln East with 6, Creighton Prep with 11. Both of these teams have a history of winning. Lincoln East looking to get back into the tournament after missing it last year, and Prep looking to finish off the three-peat this season after winning the last 2 state titles. Going to be an interesting matchup in this one. Lincoln East needs to win to get in. Creighton Prep in either way, as they are the top-seeded district host. Now we look at the district. North Star defeating Burke in the play-in game. Prep defeating North Star 7-0, and then Lincoln East winning later on Monday against Bryan 4-0, setting up this final matchup.
Absolutely. It was a dominant 4-0 win for the 3-seeded Spartans, who went on the road to Bryan, as you mentioned, and the Junior Jays got off to a slow start here at home against North Star, but then really started to pick things up, end up with a 7-0 win that has set us up here on Wednesday in the District A1 final. With that, we'll take a look around the rest of the state with a lot of shakeup. Not all of these games being played here tonight. Some being played tonight, some being played tomorrow. But the biggest surprise is the A5 host, Millard West, losing to Millard South in the A5 semifinal, which has set up the Patriots going to South Sioux City. So that's a very interesting look, as South Sioux City, their first year in Class A, looking to get to Morrison. And then around the state, Lincoln High, Millard North tonight, Omaha South, Bellevue West tonight. And then Grand Island heading to West Side, Kearney heading to Lincoln Southwest, and then a very interesting matchup in A7 as Lincoln Southeast hosts Papillion La Vista South. So a lot hanging in the balance here over these next couple of days. Be very interesting to see how things shake up as the Class A bracket coming together over these next couple of days. But the top seed in Class A has a big task ahead of them as they welcome Lincoln East to Leahy Stadium, about to get things kicked away. Luke Goldsmith at midfield to kick things off for the Spartans, and we're underway here in the District A1 final. Glad you could join us. Should be a good one. Spartans start things off over in the Junior J end. But this one now back to the defense line for the Junior Jays. It's worth noting that Jacob Zatko, one of the usual midfielders and strikers for the Junior Jays, not in the starting lineup here today. Gabe Vaughn starting in his position. Zatko went down with an injury back on Monday. And it looks as if he is not suited up on the sideline. So Junior Jays very likely without one of their leading goal scorers here in this district final. This one poked away out of bounds by Van Bell. And now we're going to get our first whistle and a foul on the Junior Jays. It'll be a free kick for the Spartans. We'll have the white tops, white shorts with the script blue lettering. Junior Jays in their home black and blue stripes with black shorts. This one sent into the box, headed up in the air by Stratman. And now Tokporo will try to poke things away. And now here's Aguenma near midfield. As he was trying to send that one down for Vaughn, but ran out of room, and it'll trickle out of bounds. Junior Jays looking for their 17th consecutive state tournament appearance. Spartans looking to get back after missing the tournament last year. And they'd much like to get back to Morrison. Last time they were on the pitch back in 2023 in the state tournament, it was an 8-1 loss to Gretna in the first round. Pretty quiet here through the first 3 minutes of the game. Both teams getting adjusted, getting comfortable.
Something to note, in the Junior Jays' previous game, they didn't score until about the 10-minute mark of the first half against North Star. They've started off strong in games all year, but weren't able to get a goal for roughly the first 30 minutes of the last contest, so will be interesting to see if they're able to get on the board earlier here today.
That was something that we saw towards the middle part of the year, especially during Metros, was Junior Jays striking very early in games and setting the tone. But towards the end of the season, they've definitely slowed things down. But they would love to get back to their early strike ways. There's a couple of throw-ins down on the far end, down in Spartans territory, as here's Stratman. He'll try to send it in for Aguenma off his head, couldn't redirect it, and it will sail out of bounds for a goal kick for Colin Nahey, the senior keeper for the Spartans.
That was a play that had some potential on it. Stratman with a good pass in there. If Aguenma was in a little bit of a better position for it, could have been headed in for a goal, but in the end, just a little bit off there. The Junior Jays are going to get a lot of those opportunities, especially with Aguenma being as good as he's been this season.
Junior Jays putting a lot more pressure now on the Spartans down in the Lincoln East end. As now Luke Duden able to send things down closer to midfield. Ends up back at the feet of Aguenma. He'll try to send things through. That one headed away by Bryson Engelman. And then sent downfield by Henry Schmidt out of bounds, so Flynn McClay will take the throw in. Schmidt steals it right back, fighting with Lotus. That one out of bounds, and it will stay with the Spartans. Lots of wind here in this one. Right to left on your screen, so Junior Jays with the wind at their back here to start the first half. And I hear the Spartans trying to get something going. As Hunt sends this one down for Goldsmith. Tackled down on the far end, no call, but now here's a ball that gets through to Aguenma on the far side. He's looking to get something into the box. Aguenma makes a move, trying to get something through. Can't, and it's poked away. Graham Lambert and Bryson Engelman down in defense, as well as Noah Schroeder in the box. Part of a swarm of Spartans that were there to thwart that Junior J opportunity. Now all the way back with the Junior J defense. It'll end up at the feet of Alex Sibrinson. Senior keeper in his second year on varsity. As McClay was trying to set something up, but that one will end up at the feet of Nahey. Nahey will give this to Duden. Ononaji had his pass stolen away. Now here's Tim Dowd. Looking down for Lotus as that one poked. It'll trickle out of bounds, and they're going to call it a goal kick.
We've seen the Junior Jays get a lot of opportunities early, which we saw that a bit in the last game too. And like in that last game, a lot of those early opportunities not going through, but just putting that pressure on the defense wears them down for later in the game. So even if these scoring chances aren't falling through early on in the game, they're still generating some positive momentum and getting off to a good start to this game so far.
Stratman will give this one back to Sibrinson, who tries to give this to Vaughn there on the near side, and that one ends up going out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in here for the Spartans down on the Junior J end. Ononaji throws things in to Noah Schroeder, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Jude Van Bell. So now free kick for the Spartans coming up about 35 yards out near side. It'll be Noah Schroeder to take it. Tokporo and Dowd will line up about 10 yards in front of it. Schroeder sends that one in a low line drive, headed away by Vaughn. Schroeder puts one back up in the air. Brackey trying to clear this one away, and he's able to. But a good play there from Engelman to head things out of bounds around near midfield if that one gets past him. Jordan Aguenma streaking down the field around midfield. But now Junior Jays back on offense as a errant touch there from Vaughn gives the ball right back to Lincoln East. Goldsmith to Schroeder. Here's Lambert. Over to Ononaji. Engelman over to Schmidt. As that pass gets through the Lincoln East offense. Now here come the Junior Jays on the other end. Here's Lotus trying to keep things alive. He does. Far side trying to get something into the box. Aguenma able to keep it alive. Aguenma gets that one's off of Nahey, excuse me, but that one will go out of bounds, and it will be a corner for the Junior Jays.
That looked like a play where Lincoln East was going to get the stop on it. Lotus didn't get a lot on that pass to Aguenma, but he's somehow able to keep the play alive, and even though there wasn't a really good shot opportunity there, he's able to shoot it in such a way where the goalkeeper is no real option but to knock it out. Now looking to convert on the corner.
It's Vaughn to take the corner. This one a little bit far, but headed in by Aguenma, and just a little too much on it. I believe that was Tokporo who got his head on it, but just over the post, just over the crossbar. And the Junior Jays with a couple of scoring opportunities, now just over 10 minutes into this one. But Junior Jays do get a decent look off of a corner, as now we'll get a whistle that will give the ball right back to Creighton Prep. Stratman looking to send things down. And then this one sent across midfield to the other side of the pitch, Junior J end. Here's Brody Brackey off of the throw-in. Lincoln East holding their ground well so far. Both teams with some good defense up to this point. And then that one out of reach, down for a goal kick for Nahé. Nahé will send this one, land around midfield. And now a foul as Schroeder took a dive after getting fouled around midfield. So a free kick, or excuse me, a free kick for Bryson Engelman. Check that. They're actually going to have Colin Nahé come all the way out to the 45-yard line, just beyond midfield. So the Spartans, an interesting look here so far. Nahé will boot it downfield, but it's going to be a little bit too much on it. That one's going to sail out of bounds.
It's impressive he could have gotten it that far down the field with the wind blowing in on him, but in the end, just a little bit too much on it. Could have been an opportunity for Lincoln East, but instead it's still very early in this game, no score.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunities for either side so far. As Brackey will try to send this one for a streaking McClay down the far side. Able to keep it in bounds, but not able to do much more with it. Now the Spartans able to keep that one in bounds, but then it's stolen away by Brackey, who's right back now on the attack for the Junior Jays as this one's sent into the box, but no one home. It's interesting. The defenseman Brackey made the steal about midfield and then joined the attack himself. But to no avail. Here's Schroeder. Glenma able to keep that one in bounds. All right, here's Alagabon. Was looking for McClay down the right side, but stolen away by Hunt, who's able to keep it away. Now Timich will give it back to the defense. Here's Henry Schmidt. Double team next to the Junior J sideline and then poked away back to Brackey. McClay tackled, went out of bounds. Now it's the Spartans on the attack, but that one a little bit too much on it. rolls to Sibrinson. He's able to collect it.
It was close to being a good opportunity for Lincoln East there, but just a little bit too much on the pass, and one of the few good offensive opportunities we've seen so far for either team, and just short of being able to convert there.
Now here's a Gwenma from midfield, sends it down. Popped up in the air, ends up back with the Gwenma, who gives it to Van Bell. Van Bell hands it off to a Gwenma, who makes a good move. A Gwenma! Wide left. Made some good moves, and then decided to take a shot from outside the box, but sails outside the left post, and it'll be Nahe with the goal kick.
That was a good opportunity there. Gwenma gets an open shot on the goal, but was far enough out to where the goalkeeper was going to alter that one, regardless of if it was in his path or not. And it just hooks a little bit to the left. But Junior J is starting to get a little bit more opportunities now.
As we will get a whistle and a substitution before Vaughn's able to throw things in. It'll be Drew Manzu to come in and take the place of Luis Tokporo. Manzu with 2 goals in the first half in the district semifinal. But he gets the nod as the first substitution from either side to come off the bench. Now down to Lotus. He'll give it to McClay, who has it stolen away by Hunt, but it'll go out of bounds off of Lincoln East, and it'll be the second corner of the afternoon for the Junior Jays. It'll be Gabe Vaughn to take it once again.
Like you said, second corner for Prep so far. Good opportunity for them to get on the board here. Gonna be looking for a header probably from either Gwenma or Lotus.
Vaughn chips it into the box. That one headed in by a Gwenma, but then Schroeder was right there to poke things out of the box. Now here come the Spartans on the other end. Here's Raymold trying to get past the defender in Manzu, who's able to win it back. Good defense there from the senior Manzu, fresh into the game. Now here's Henry Schmidt on the far end as the Spartans trying to get something going with an attack. Schroeder with some good moves, able to maneuver his way around defenders. Ononaje will look to send things down. This is Goldsmith in the box. Tries to put something through, but then cleared away by Lagabon. And then Manzu able to flip it back to the other side of the field. As now the Spartans look to get back on offense. This one's sent down by Schmidt, looking for Goldsmith. Lotus gives it to Van Bell, who has a little bit of a strong touch. And then McClay couldn't handle it, so now he'll send it back to Lagabon. Gwen will hand it off back to Brackey, as this Spartan defense, halfway through the opening 40 minutes, have held their ground very, very well up to this point.
We've seen some very strong defense from both sides. limiting scoring opportunities, and when these offenses have gotten down, these defenses have stepped up where they need to, especially with Schroeder on the Lincoln East end and then Alagabon the other way down, making some plays on good opportunities near the goal, and that's kept this game scoreless through the first 21 and a half minutes so far.
We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Gabe Vaughn. Hayden Raymold was the one trying to play keep away around midfield, and that's where Colin Nihei will come out to take another free kick here for the Spartans. 18 minutes to go here in the first half. Nihei will send this one down into the box as it's headed down, and Owen Hunt ran out of room there down near the end line as he sends that one out of bounds. Gets some substitutions on both ends.
See Matt Sledge, Martina Avalos Magana, and Matt Daly check in for the Junior Jays.
Looks to be Caden Carpenter and Caden Fourier checking in on the other end for the Spartans. Here's Daly trying to send it down for Manzu on the far side. Manzu able to keep it in bounds, but can't do anything else with it. Out of bounds, goal kick upcoming.
And Manzu had probably the best game of his career in the district semifinal versus North Star. Scored a pair of goals, which were the first two that the Junior Jays scored in that game. Was able to get close to the goal there, but in the end some good defense prevented him from getting a full opportunity in that situation.
Here's Schmidt trying to get something going. Gets knocked to the ground, no whistle. Now here's Aguenma with a touch in the box. Trying to create some sort of opportunity, and now he'll try to leave it down for Martin Avalos Magana. And that one knocked away out of bounds, and it'll be Lincoln East with possession.
That was some excellent defense there. A great tackle by Lincoln East, and it just hits off of Avalos Magana to give it to Lincoln East. Now an opportunity.
And here's Manzu in the box, sends it in front for Dowd, and it's in! Junior Jays get on the board. Manzu to Dowd with 15:07 to go. It's 1-0 Creighton Prep.
That was an opportunity that seemed to develop out of thin air there. It looked like Lincoln East had it under control for a moment, but then Prep getting the ball back, and whenever they have a chance near the net, they are a threat to score. And Dowd, just one of the many players on this team that has a knack for getting that ball in the net, and he gives the Junior Jays an early 1-0 lead.
Now Gwenma on defense, able to win it right back for the Junior Jays. He'll send it up to Stratman. He'll give it back to Brackey around midfield. Here's Alagabon on the far side. Into Manzu. Manzu sending something through. Vaughn trying to keep it alive, but not enough room there, as that one will sail out of bounds.
And they almost got that second goal in a quick spurt after their first, but Pass just a little bit too much on it to get to a Gwenma, and Vaughn doing his best to keep that play alive, but Wynn just forcing it out of bounds.
We'll get a substitution for the Spartans as Henry Eichhorn checking into the game. Junior Jays finding the back of the net just under 25 minutes into the game to make what is now a 1-0 game. But still lots of time to go. As now Daly looking to create something, trying to send it down for Monzu. Lagabon, here's Avalos Magana as it's stolen away by Schroeder. You're going to get a whistle and a foul near midfield as Caden Carpenter got taken down. Get another free kick for the Spartans just within Junior J territory. So from just inside midfield, Schroeder will take it, sending it down, headed up by Brackey, headed once more by Alagabon. Now here's a touch and a shot from Kevin Timich, which sails well over and out of bounds. And with that, we'll get a couple more substitutions.
That was probably Lincoln East's best opportunity so far. A fairly open shot, albeit a difficult one, and just not able to convert on it. Early on, it's been a lot more even in the amount of opportunities scoring-wise that we've seen than it was on Monday, where the Junior Jays were dominating possession. Lincoln East getting a lot of opportunities themselves, but Prep getting another one here is now we're going to get a corner kick.
So as Aguenma was down there on the near end, had it poked away out of bounds, I believe, by Caden Carpenter, which will give the Junior Jays their third corner of the afternoon. Cohen Terrell in for Lincoln East, and Jude Van Bell back into the game. He replaces Martin Avalos Magana. Now here's Tim Dowd on the near side corner, that one headed away. Now Monzu on the other corner will let it roll out of bounds, and the Junior Jays will get another opportunity. As it will be Dowd to take it once again. Dowd, a lot on that one. Aguenma able to head it back into play. Now Monzu trying to keep it with the Junior Jays. Now out to Daly. He'll chip something into the box, but no one there. And the Spartans, with some good defense, able to shake off two corner opportunities for the Junior Jays. As they'll have Luke Goldsmith and Owen Hunt check back into the game. Caden Fournier will check out, as well as Henry Eichhorn. Back to the Junior J defense line. Here's a Lagabon. Lots of passing. Junior J's looking to advance something. Now here's a Lagabon for Daly, far side. Daly too strong of a touch as it's stolen away. And then out of bounds for a Lincoln East throw-in. One right back for the Junior Jays. Matt Sledge trying to send this one in off a defender. And it'll roll through for another Junior J corner.
It's 5 already.
5 corners so far here in the first 32 minutes for the Junior Jays. It'll be Dowd to take it once again. Dowd sends this one in, headed up by Terrell. Headed back in by McClay, but that will go wide of the left post and out for a goal kick, as substitution now coming in for the Spartans. Kevin Timich checking back into the game.
The Junior Jays keep getting opportunities, even if only one of them's gone in so far. The fact that they're putting this amount of pressure on this Lincoln East defense in this first half, a good sign. Looking to wear them down for the second half, which is where they did a lot of their damage on Monday. See if fatigue starts to set in with it being a pretty warm day out.
Dowd will take a shot. This one poked up in the air by Nahay, as Aguenma tried to head it in, as Nahay was unable to hold on to it. It was up in the air, and a collision will get a whistle on Aguenma, so it'll be a goal kick for Nahay, but a little bit of a chaotic sequence there down in the box.
Very chaotic, and if anything could have gone a little bit wrong there for Lincoln East, it would have resulted in another Junior J goal, so got to be happy with that save there.
Sledge's shot just goes over. Had a good look at it. But another good opportunity there for the Junior Jays, as Connor Lotus will check back in. And Jordan Aguenma will come off here with just under 6 to go here in the first half. Hey, we'll wait as everyone clears downfield. His low line drive will end up at the feet of Kevin Timich. As now McClay trying to steal it away. And he will draw the foul right at midfield. So the Junior J is winning it right back.
It's worth noting something to the Junior J's advantage for the rest of this first half is the wind is at their backs. It will be at the backs of Lincoln East in the second, which could make a difference in this game going forward.
Stratman looking to send it down for Van Bell, who looks to catch up to it, but just unable to. But the Junior J is starting to put a lot more pressure down in the Lincoln East end as this first half continues to wind down.
One thing that we've kind of noticed all year is the conditioning of this Junior Jays team. They don't seem to get very tired as the games go along. Just continue to put pressure on teams, get better as the game goes along, and that's something that we've seen in some of the games recently that could benefit them in the second half.
Dowd, who has the lone goal in this one so far, gives it off to Van Bell, who was looking to send it down for Matthew Daly. Now here's Monzu, who has the assist on the Tim Dowd goal. They both have it stolen away, but Brackey right there to win it back. As Junior J is continuing to keep it down on this end. As the Spartans look to get something. This one's sent down the right side. Lincoln East's Goldsmith streaking down the near side, but a couple defenders there to send it back for Sibrinson. And the Junior Jays are able to regroup. Here's Monzu, able to draw the foul as Henry Schmidt, who will get whistled. As the Lincoln East fans here at Leahy Stadium, not a fan of that one, but we play on after the free kick for the Junior Jays. As Lotus unable to get a handle on that one, but here's Will Stratman trying to keep something alive. Sends it back out to McClay. Dowd into Van Bell. Van Bell looking for Lotus, but then sent away by Luke Duden. And it will end up back at the feet of Brody Brackey back in the Junior Jays end. This one's sent over the head of Tim Dowd. Goldsmith looking to make a push here late in this first half. He sends it down for Cohen Terrell, but Sibrinson able to get there before, and the Junior Jays able to avoid what could very likely be the Spartans' best look so far. But now Lotus will try to give this one into the box for Sledge, but runs out of room right before it ends up in the arms of Nahey. So some aggressive play here towards the end of the first 40 minutes. As we near about a minute to go here before the break.
Going back to that play with Sibrinson, that was extremely dangerous to try and clear that one instead of picking it up. If that ball was hit just a little bit differently by Sibrinson or deflected differently, could have resulted in a goal for Lincoln East, but Junior Jays catching a little bit of a break there, and now a corner kick right before the break to try and extend this lead.
Dowd will look to get something off the corner right before the end of the half. Goes out to Daly. Then McClay, who was unable to handle it, ends up back at the feet of Daly. Back out to McClay now, who will send it to Brackey here with 20 seconds to go. That one a little too hot there for Dowd, who's able to get something into the box here for Sledge. Sledge able to beat the keeper, and it's in! Junior Jays strike once more right before the break. It's 2-0 Creighton Prep.
In that spot, you're just looking for any good opportunities right before the break, and they get it to Sledge down there. He's able to regain control of it after they had some trouble getting it in, but a great play to just stick with it and recover. And he gives the Junior Jays an important insurance goal right before the break, and now they have to feel a lot more comfortable heading into the second half. with a 2-goal lead instead of just a margin where Lincoln East could have tied it with one play.
As the final seconds tick off here in the first half, the Junior Jays will head to halftime with a 2-0 advantage. Tim Dowd opened the scoring with an assist from Monzu, and then he paid it forward, assisting a Matt Sledge goal with 7 seconds to go to make it 2-0 Junior Jays. After the opening half of play, we will step aside. And when we come back, the second half of action here from the District A-1 semifinal here from Leahy Stadium. You're watching Creighton Prep and Lincoln East. Class A soccer right here on CPSN. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming up. 40 minutes in the books, 40 to go here in the District A1 final at Leahy Stadium. Junior Jays made it a 2-0 game off of the foot of Matthew Sledge in the final 10 seconds with 7 seconds to go in the half. Junior Jays go up by a pair. Mike Knockenauer alongside Colton Alder. Colton, what did you see in that first half that really impressed you or didn't impress you from either side? Junior Jays obviously were able to put the pressure on in that back half of the first 40 minutes. But this Lincoln East team now with a lot of ground to make up and a big deficit here as we start the second half.
Yeah, what I saw was late in the first half, the momentum in that game started to shift. It was pretty even for the first 30 or so minutes of the first half, with both teams getting a fair amount of scoring opportunities, although the Junior Jays did have a 1-0 lead to that point. But those last 10 or so minutes, we saw this Junior Jays team get a lot more chances near the goal. They started playing a lot better as the half went on, and they'll look to carry that into the second half. One thing of note, the win goes from being at the back of the Junior Jays to being at the back of Lincoln East. They'll have that to their advantage as they try to come back and clinch a spot in state. This Junior Jays team gets in with either a win or a loss, but Lincoln East needing a win to get into the state playoffs for the first time in 2 years. They'll look to overcome this deficit as the second half gets underway.
Junior Jays will kick things off here to start the second half. 40 minutes away from their 17th consecutive state tournament appearance and 32nd overall. Junior Jays obviously looking to defend their back-to-back state titles. As this one ends up at the hands of Nahey. Junior Jays have repeated as champions 4 different times. Lincoln East has actually done that twice as well, but no team has ever won 3 straight state championships in Class A here in Nebraska. On the boys' side, on the girls' side, there's been plenty of multi-year champions repeating, but it's never been done on this side. Junior Jays with an opportunity for a three-peat as things back and forth here in the second half to start things off here in the first 100 seconds as Stratman gets upended there on the sideline but keeps it alive. Gwenma into the box. We're going to get a foul and we're going to get a penalty. What a play from Will Stratman. Kept it in bounds and then kept his feet. Got it down to Gwenma, who then rushed his way into the box. But now he's slow to get up. Good to see him up on his feet. As it will be him to take the penalty. So the Junior Jays immediately creating an opportunity. Looking to make it a 3-0 advantage. Not even 2 minutes into the second half. Gwenma and Nahey standing and waiting. Gwenma scores! Junior Jays up 3-0.
That was an opportunity created by the speed of this team. Will Stratman, the sophomore, getting down the sideline even after he fell down, able to catch up to the ball and make a play on it, and then Agwenma forcing a tough play for the goalkeeper, and Nahey ends up tripping him up and getting called for a penalty. And the Junior Jays converting as Agwenma knocks it in on the PK. And that is a huge insurance goal as they build a 3-goal advantage here early in the second.
Jordan Agwenma extends his Class A lead with 24 goals on the season. As now here's Vaughn. We'll send it back down to Agwenma, but he's going to be offside. But the Junior Jays coming out swinging here in the second half. Both teams very aggressive on both sides, but Junior Jays able to convert. 2 goals in the span of just over 2 minutes between the first and second halves. As this one's sent down into the box, and it'll roll out of bounds. So Simonson will get a goal kick. Stratman, Van Bell, looking for Lotus. Lotus trying to center it to the middle of the field. And now Van Bell trying to create an opportunity. Chips it into Agwenma, who makes his way into the box. Trying to make a move around defender. Shot! Score! Make it 4-0, and the Junior Jays have full control of this one here with just under 4 minutes gone in the second half. Jordan Agwenma nets himself a brace, and the Junior Jays can taste Morrison.
Just an incredible play right there. I don't know how Jude Van Bell was able to steal that ball away, but he was, and keeps the play alive, just finds Jordan Agwenma, and when he gets the ball near the net, just so difficult to stop and able to get a little bit of room, and that's all he needs for goal number 25 this season. And now a 4-0 lead as the Junior Jays could not have gotten off to a better start to the second half.
A 4-0 advantage for Creighton Prep. As now Lincoln East back on offense. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. It'll be Henry Schmidt from about 40 yards out, who will take the Spartan free kick. Chips it in. Headed out by Tokporo. And then sent back downfield by McClay. Junior J is already back on the attack once more. Agwenma trying to send it down for Lotus near side. That's some good defense there from Luke Duden. Agwenma with a nutmeg down, trying to center it on the near side, but well defended. Lagabon will keep it down on this end for the time being as the Spartans trying desperately to get it out of their own end. And a little bit of a miscue there from Lagabon. Touched it before it rolled out of bounds. So it'll be a Lincoln East throw-in. And now this one's sent down by Stratman. Now Nahey putting it downfield. Has to quickly get back in position, but Spartans defense able to win it back. Here's Timich. Has it poked away by Vaughn. And then a collision and a whistle. We're going to get a yellow card. It's going to get shown to Gabe Vaughn, as there was a scary collision there. As Timich is still down.
Thankfully able to get up. That was a really scary play there. Tokporo coming in to try and defend and just runs into Timich at a high speed. It's good to see him able to walk off on his own power. Just hope he's all right. That gives Lincoln East a potential scoring chance with a free kick from about the 25.
So Schroeder will take the free kick from about the 30-yard line. Closer to midfield. Is that one deflected? And then Sibrinson trying to keep it out of bounds. Or excuse me, trying to keep it in bounds, but it will pop out of bounds. So the Spartans will get a corner kick opportunity. Off the miscue from the Junior Jays.
And just a little bit of a mistake there by Sibrinson, just not able to corral it and rolls out of bounds.
This one sent in. And well defended and out of bounds for a goal kick. Junior Jays make quick work of eliminating that opportunity for the Spartans. Dowd sends it for Lotus. Lotus makes a move, sends it down for Tokporo. Tokporo looking to center something out in front. McClay still has it in the box now. Lotus has his shot deflected. Ends up back with McClay, who will try to give it down for Dowd. Back outside of the box. And now Hayden Raymold has it stolen back by Dowd once again. Trying to work his way back into the box. But some good defense here from Lincoln East. And now we're going to get a foul on Luke Goldsmith, as Stratman was trying to keep that chance alive. Brody Brackey, free kick. He'll send it back down for Dowd. Dowd's cross is too strong, out of bounds. And everyone can catch a quick breath as we get some substitutions. Bryson Engelman back in the game. He'll replace Ugo Nonaji. Daly keeps the chance alive. Aguenma pops it up in the air. Junior Jay's ahead of the keeper, and we're going to get a foul and another penalty. What an opportunity created by Matthew Daly, and the keeper, Colin Nahay, is going to get shown a red. Daly got behind him with the ball, and Nahay pretty much hugged Daly to prevent him from advancing any further. It'll be a penalty for the Junior Jays. And the Lincoln East keeper's day is done.
Wow, that initially looked to me to be a smart play on the part of Nahay, because if he didn't stop Daly in some way, he was going to get an easy goal, but ends up getting assessed a red. And that will end the day for the senior. Lincoln East forced to make a switch at keeper.
And as for the penalty, it'll be Ty Dresden going up against Jordan Aguenma, who will look to put up a hat trick. And he does! At least for the time being, I believe they're going to say Aguenma's arguing with the referee. He believed that he was given the okay to go, but now we'll get things squared away, and he'll try to do it again. So Aguenma looking to put up his third goal in just under 10 minutes here in the second half and extend the Junior J lead. And that one's off the left post. So Aguenma scored it, but prematurely. And now it will remain a 4-0 ball game. So a lot of confusion, a lot of drama on both ends. But through all of that, the red assessed to Lincoln East's Colin Nahay will have the Spartans down to 10 for the final half hour of this game.
It was already going to be a tall task for them to come back at even strength, but now playing with a man down, that task gets a whole lot more difficult. Prep will look to put this game away.
Dowd trying to send it downfield. But now a foul called. Brackey didn't have a good touch on it, so he'll send it back for Sibrinson. That one cleared down the field, and it'll bounce out of bounds. Icorn able to keep that one in bounds, but it'll end up back with the Junior Jays. Guanma tries to put one down for Tokporo. Now here's Dowd. Trying to keep it alive. But well defended there from Lincoln East. Alagabon sends it far side for McClay, who tries to center it. Here's Tokporo, his shot deflected. Now here comes Daly in from the right side. But that one's out of bounds off of him for a goal kick, as Noah Schroeder will check back in for Lincoln East as he replaces Graham Lambert. And a goal kick here for Dresden.
That was another good scoring opportunity there, but just some strong defense to block that shot from Tokporo. This Lincoln East team has played with a lot of heart so far today. Doesn't show it on the scoreboard currently, but they've made some really great plays on defense. This Junior Jays offense has just done enough to get some goals on the board, and they've built a pretty strong lead because of it.
I want to foul as Tim Dowd was taken down. Stoppage. As a couple Junior J substitutions will await to come in. This one down in the near side corner. Be out of bounds. Last touch by the Junior Jays. 25 minutes to go here in the A1 final. Here's Van Bell to Dowd. His shot deflected, but it goes right to McClay. He looks to put something on goal, and he does, but Dresden right there to make the save. Play is definitely slowed down after a very energetic first 10 minutes of this half.
And that's definitely by design for the Junior Jays, just looking to play, keep away, and keep Lincoln East off the board more so than adding to this lead already with the cushion. And they'll just look to keep them off the board and get through the rest of this game on the strength of their defense.
Now Brackey trying to create an opportunity for Tokporo down in the box. It will be sent back out, but one right away here from Flynn McClay. But his pass down the field will end in a goal kick for Dresden, as a couple of substitutions come on in for the Junior Jays. Josh Franco and Drew Monzu will check in for Matthew Daly and Connor Lotus.
And we're going to see more of the seniors check into this game late, presumably the final home game for the senior class here at Leahy. Already saw one senior, Matt Sledge, get a goal in this game. See if any of the other seniors will have opportunities to do so.
Clay gives it to Aguenma, who crosses midfield. This one's sent down. And a great play there from Engelman. Able to keep it in bounds and get it right back for the Spartans. And then Goldsmith able to draw the foul. As now Schmidt in the box trying to keep something alive, but that one thwarted away by Lagabon and Manzu.
Now Gwenma's going to get an opportunity, but just some strong defense there by Engelman.
Yeah, this Spartan team, they continue to play really hard. As you said, on the scoreboard doesn't show it, but a lot of heart in this Lincoln East team. So Dresden will have a goal kick. As another group of substitutions in for the Junior Jays. Matt Sledge comes back in. Filippo Fafa checks in. Caleb Pick now in. So the Junior Jays 20 minutes away from punching their ticket to the state tournament next week. And a foul on the far end, so it'll be Vaughn to take a free kick. Excuse me, that's Dowd on the far side to take the free kick. Dowd sends it in. Fafa tried to head something in. Now in front of the goal line, and it's in! I believe it was Josh Franco who put it home for the Junior Jays as they extend their lead and make it 5-0 here with now under 20 minutes to go.
Dresden just not able to get a hold of it, and Franco there to capitalize as that ball just scooted loose right behind the keeper. Yet another insurance goal for the Junior Jays as they've taken full control of this game over halfway through the second half now with a 5-goal advantage.
So the Junior Jays up 5-0 here in the A1 final. It was 2-0 at the break. Junior Jays added on a second goal with just 7 seconds to go in the opening half. And then they added a third off a penalty from Jordan Aguenma, who quickly added the fourth shortly after off a beautiful goal. And then just moments ago, in the chaos in front of the Spartans' goal, Josh Franco able to get a foot on it and find the back of the net. And that's how we've ended up where we are here, 5-0.
We're going to see some more substitutions shortly, as it looks like Evan Kirchhoffer and Dubon Hurtado Guzman about ready to check in for the Junior Jays.
This one sent away across midfield. Gwenma tries to keep it alive, but well defended there from Duden. Now this one's sent for pick down on the far side. But sent out of bounds by Fournier. So that one defended by Caden Fournier. And Caleb Fournier, his brother, his twin brother, coming in as Luke Goldsmith checks out. As you mentioned, Dubon Hurtado Guzman, Evan Kirchhoffer, and Drew Gotch all in now for the Junior Jays. Gwenma, Dowd, and Lotus will all take a seat on the bench. As they will gear up and get ready for what is sure to be a action-packed state tournament next week at Morrison Stadium. Pick has that one poked away. As that one just over the head of Ofafa, but it will roll out of bounds for a Junior J goal kick. As now we'll get a couple more substitutions.
Looks like it'll be Martin Avalos Magana and Landon McKinney checking in for the Junior Jays. Getting more of these seniors into the game late.
But that's what we've talked about all year long is this Junior J team. Not only do they get incredible production from their starting 11, but their depth is just something that has really made them a strong group. Manzu will get called for offside.
And we've seen that depth in action today. Of course, Sledge and Franco getting goals off the bench, but Junior Jays without Jacob Zatko, who is fourth on the team in goals, and they haven't missed a beat. They've just got so much talent up and down this roster that they're able to still have a lot of success even when one of their best players is unavailable, and that's the type of thing that suits you really well in a playoff format. If something goes wrong, you have guys that you know can go in there and step up when you need it.
This one's sent down the field Crawford trying to keep it in bounds, but unable to. Another substitution in for the Spartans. Will be Jackson Nutter replacing Moed Ked. Here's Dupont Hurtado Guzman trying to send it down. Was looking for Manzu, but Dresden there in time to clear it away. And now Afafa trying to play keep away from Fournier. Sledge to Franco, who able to keep it in bounds. Now Gotch has it in the box. He'll take a shot. Tried to go near post, but great save there from Dresden. As that one nearly put home by McKinney. The collective jeers from the crowd, but we'll get a quick stoppage as Onanaji and Goldsmith check back in, and Schroeder and Cohen Terrell. We'll check back out. Tato Guzman trying to dribble it away from a couple of defenders. Here's Franco keeping it in bounds near midfield. Now Avalos Magana. Pick able to get that one back into the Spartan end. Here's Kerhofer able to keep it alive. Now this one into the box. Manzu with a touch. Sends it back out of the box. Now here's Gotch. He'll chip it in to Manzu, who puts it home. But we're going to get an offside call. So no goal for Manzu. And we'll get another substitution for Lincoln East as Owen Hunt will check in for Henry Eichhorn.
That would have been the third goal in the last two games for Drew Manzu and would have gotten him a goal within the final 10 seconds of his last career home game, but in the end it just gets taken off the board. But this Junior Jays team has played exceptional today and built a convincing lead, as it looks like, barring miracle comeback, they will punch their ticket into the state playoffs.
Junior Jays 14 consecutive wins. And as you said, assuming this result holds, it'll be 15 straight victories for the Junior Jays heading into the state tournament. They've beat every other district host other than Lincoln Southeast, as well as Papillion, La Vista South. So the Junior Jays will be getting a lot of people's best and seeing a lot of teams that they've beat before in Morrison. And as anyone who knows any sport could tell you, it's always harder to beat a team after you've beat them once, especially after you've beat them twice, but it's never easy beating a team more than once.
And with back-to-back state titles, this team has that target on their back. So far, it hasn't been an issue for them this year, and I think they welcome the fact that every team that they're going to face is going to give them their best shot. Heading into the state playoffs, every team that the Junior Jays play is going to look to be the team that breaks up the three-peat. And that's going to be extra motivation for them heading in to those games. So this team is going to have to be on their A game against some teams that are going to give their absolute best effort to try and knock them down.
Junior Jays looking to put home one more. Franco centers. McKinney, his shot deflected and out of bounds. It'll be a corner for Creighton Prep, as now we'll get a switch at keeper. As Alex Sibrinson will check out, and Luther Harrington, who started the season on JV. What a story for him. We've mentioned it a couple times, but coming in when the Junior Jays needed most and stepping up. Both goalies going down with injury in the home opener against Millard North. But then Harrington stepping up and holding down the fort. Solidified his spot as the backup to Sibrinson this year and could very well be taking the reins from the senior keeper as Sibrinson graduates. Could very well be seeing Harrington in net for the Junior Jays full-time next season.
And that's one of the things that makes you so excited about this team, both this year and moving forward, is like we said earlier, the depth that this team has, the amount of guys that can step up, and you have confidence filling in case of a player not being available this year or when the seniors on this team graduate next year. That's even been true at goalie, which is a position where you don't typically see a lot of the backups and the younger guys get a lot of varsity experience. So for Luther Harrington to step in and get the opportunities he has this year and perform the way he has, that's something that makes you excited for this team going forward. This is the time running down in this one, and the Junior Jays just about ready to clinch their 17th straight state postseason appearance and go for their third straight title.
Now under 4 minutes to go in this one. As this one, a miscue from the Spartans, and it ends up in the net as the Junior Jays add on another. Make it 6-0 off of what could either be an own goal or a goal credited to Kerhofer. But regardless, make it 13 goals in 2 district games for the Junior Jays.
When this offense gets on a roll, they put a lot of goals on the board in a hurry. In both of the district games, they didn't get on the scoreboard until over halfway through the first half. And in both games, they end up scoring 6 or more goals. If this team gets hot, they can just absolutely dominate a game. And we've seen that yet again today against a Lincoln East team that they only beat by 2 goals their first time out, performing extremely well today and getting themselves another big win.
As another opportunity off of a corner. Ends up as a goal kick.
At this point, it just looks like the Junior Jays are going to try and run this clock out and wrap this game up by keeping the ball away from the Spartans.
Franco able to keep this one alive, puts it out in front, but it will pop up back out of the box. Franco remains possession. As now here's Owen Hunt into the box. Trying to get the Spartans on the board as this one winds down. Kerhofer sends this one down. Manzu has it taken away. Under a minute to go here in the A-1 final. Junior Jays closing in on their 17th consecutive state tournament appearance. Avalos Magana. Across midfield. Here's Kerhofer down the far side. That one sent well out of play. As the final countdown and the final seconds tick off the clock, the Creighton Prep Junior Jays with a dominant 6-0 win, heading back to Morrison Stadium as they look to defend their back-to-back state titles and will go for the first three-peat in boys Class A history. What a season so far for the Junior Jays, as they can now call themselves district champions once again, as they take down Lincoln East here this afternoon at Leahy. It's a team that has accomplished a lot, fought through a lot of different battles, overcome a lot of adversity, but the job isn't done, and they're hungry for more.
And this team, they've performed so well at Morrison over these past 2 years, and they know what they need to do in order to win games in the state playoffs, and they'll look to do something that no one else has ever done in Class A. And this is a team that they have the talent to do it. They have the results to do it. It's been fun to watch them all year, and excited for what the state playoffs will hold with this squad.
16-1 record for the Junior Jays. 15 consecutive wins. As they will head to the state tournament, in all likelihood as the number 1 overall seed. But what a performance and what a team. District A-1 champions. Colton, that'll do it for us for our time here with CPSN. It feels weird saying it, but 4 years broadcasting alongside you, it's been one of the greatest honors of my life to be able to cover this school's athletics across all different sports. And it's something that I'm going to hold dear to my heart for the rest of my life.
Like you said, it's been an honor being able to cover athletics at this school for as long as we have. I remember my first game with the broadcast here on CPSN was my sophomore year during our football game against Westside. We lost the game, but after that game, I knew that I wanted to get more involved in this and be a part of this crew going forward. And these last 3 years have been a blast. It's been a long road, but it feels like it's gone by so fast, and it's sad to be gone, but it has been an honor being able to cover these teams, being able to broadcast games for all of the people that have viewed these, get to know these players, get to know these coaches, and like you said, something that is going to stick with us for the rest of our lives. It's just been something that has defined my time at Prep and will stick with me going forward. So thank you, first off, to you. Been a great broadcast partner with me for all these years. Thank you to everyone who has viewed these games with us, for the school, for giving us the opportunity to be with you guys, and just thank you for tuning in and giving us the time of day to end up calling these games.
Absolutely. I mean, these 4 years working for Creighton Prep Media have been something that's gonna shape my life, and it has shaped my life going forward. I mean, my time at Prep wouldn't have been nearly as special as it was if I hadn't taken Media Production 1 my freshman year. So, gosh, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird being done, but I wouldn't trade the time and the experiences and the opportunities I got for the world. So, I thank you, Colton, for being alongside me the entirety of the way. I thank all the guys that have helped me and who've helped this program throughout my time here at Prep. We've seen so much help and so much talent, and we've been able to work alongside some incredible people. And I thank all of you at home, whether it be through live stream, through broadcasts of any kind, through social media, through podcasting, through anything that we put out, through J Journal and Creighton Prep Media. Thank you all so much for allowing us to be the ones to bring you Creighton Prep sports over these past few years. It's something that we're never going to forget, and something that's going to be special to us for the rest of our lives. So we are so grateful for all of you and all of your support. Any last thoughts before we sign things off, Colton?
it's been an honor, and every moment that we've spent up here has been special and sad to go, but got bright things waiting for us in our futures, and none of it would have been possible without the opportunities that we've received here.
Well, that will do it here from Leahy Stadium this afternoon. District A1 champions, the Creighton Prep Junior Jays, with a 6-0 win against Lincoln East, as they will head to Morrison next week in the Class A state tournament to try and defend their 2 state titles and go for the first three-peat in Class A boys soccer history. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for your support throughout the season, throughout the school year. As we say goodbye one final time, Chris Hillebrandt, our camera guy, all of our CPSN staff throughout the season, throughout the year, we all thank you so, so much. Alongside Colton Alder, I'm Mike Knockenauer, signing things off here from Leahy Stadium. Thank you all so, so much for watching, and have a great rest of your evening, and have a great summer. Good night.